Good morning, Redmont. Welcome to RNN. Today we're here with the recently elected president, 1950 Minecrafter. Would you like to say hello?
Hello.
All right, so here we are. We've just got some questions for you so that the people of Redmont who maybe aren't as familiar with your platform can get to know you a little bit more. We like to make sure everybody's always informed. So first off, you were just elected president. I know there was some controversy around the election, and the Supreme Court got involved a little bit. Uh, how do you feel about having come out the end of that, and you're president now?
Well, I'm really thankful to all my voters. That's to begin with. Um, and as for the Supreme Court case, mm, I personally thought that this was the obvious outcome, or at least the most logical, because of the of how because of the arguments and everything. I think this was the most logical. I didn't, and well, yeah, that's a little bit my opinion on that.
All right. So now that you are the president, what would you say is your top priority for your first month in office? How do you plan to achieve that?
Well, I have like different priorities, but maybe the most important for me, maybe it's setting up an efficient and transparent government. Um, Also making different analysis of the state of the nation, like the state of the economy or and the state of the city and so on, that I have developed in my policies program, and addressing various issues like, well, with this lately electoral chaos within the permanent of state. So to develop a little bit these three ideas, for the efficient and transparent government, I want to start the bi-weekly meet president events in which the citizens will have the chance to discuss with me, suggestions, policies, etc. We also want to implement weekly press conferences so the media can ask us whatever they feel, and we want to publish them. We want to publish also what has been done during the last week, and and what we have in plan for the next week. This will be done probably every Monday.
All right, thank you for that. What do you see as the biggest challenge facing our nation, and how do you plan to address it?
Redmond is facing actually different challenges, but I don't know if it's the most challenging one, but at least I think it's one of the most important. Is the plot crisis, I think. I mean, there's a plot crisis there. Like, there's a lack of plots available and so on. And I would like to make like a bit of an analysis of that. If we When we were in Hamilton, um, we could expand the, the city, um, as a possible solution to the plot crisis. Now that we are in reveal, we have a limited space. We cannot expand the number of plots. So to address the plot crisis, we think we have um, to implement two measures that we think are the measures that could address this problem. On the one hand, when we have um, the plot limits, that currently it's 50C plot, commercial plots, that we think that is not it's useless, because the number of people who owns more than 50 commercial plots, it's ridiculous. It's not that much. So it doesn't make an impact. So we want to lower it to 20 commercial plots that we think it's reasonable. That's on the one hand. On the other hand, we want to rework the property taxes so that the more properties you have, the more taxes you will have to pay. We think that these two measures alone are not enough, but in both ideas combined can actually make an impact on the plot crisis situation.
Gotcha. All right. Uh, we noticed that you won the election by of about a 4 point margin, so you only had about 4% more votes
Yeah.
than X
Mm.
Endeavor. Um, how do you plan to address this political divide between your voters and people who voted for the other candidates?
Well, to put it simple, by being open and listening to everyone, basically. I'm fully aware that there are, I think, 76 citizens who didn't vote for our candidacy. 76 or 75. I don't remember right now. Um, but anyways, there's an important number of citizens who didn't vote for our candidacy that didn't agree with our views, and so we think that although our main focus, our main direction will be to implement the policies that we have campaigned for, I personally will be open. I will be an open president, and I will take into account the various points of view that Redmond has, that Redmond City has sent. Um, in fact, I've already been talking with Endeavor, um, and we've expressed each other the will to work together to try to find compromises in our policies to improve Redmond. So that's the way I want to tackle that
Okay,
issue of political divide.
nice. All right. We expect that the Kingdom of Alexandria will be fully founded during your term. How do you plan to approach
Mhm.
foreign policy with them?
Well, that is actually one of the situations that I'm most excited about because for a long time I've actually been wanting to see another nation in democracy craft to well, to develop these diplomatic relations. And so, yeah, I've already been approached by the government of Alexandria, and well, we both are looking forward to develop good, friendly, and cooperative diplomatic relations between our two nations, and I'm optimistic about it.
Awesome. All right. So your inauguration was originally going to be today, but of course it was
Hmm.
delayed with some of the controversies and
Yeah.
court cases. But uh, originally I was going to ask, since your inauguration is just hours away, but nonetheless we are approaching it, do you have any message that you want to send to the people of Redmont before you ceremonially take office?
Yeah. Yes, I do want to send a message. I want to send a message that I think it's time to work together in Redmond. It's time to help each other one another. And I think we don't have to let uh, the division from the electoral results make us confront one another. On the other, on the contrary, I think that is a part of the democratic system in which each citizen have their freedom and right to choose the direction they want to the country to take. And maybe we have different point of views, but we have to respect one another, even if we don't agree with each other. And I think that working together is essential to improve our nation. We just gotta we just gotta go for it.
All right. Thank you for your time with this interview. Everybody
Hmm.
watching, thank you for watching. Stay tuned to RNN for plenty more news stories and statistics, interviews, and more.